to Polymer Clay TV. I'm Elisa, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about upcoming Valentine's Day options with Polymer Clay. You know, there's nothing better than getting a handmade gift. As far as I'm concerned, I would much rather get something that's handmade and thoughtful and has a piece of the artist in them, you know, and I just really enjoy getting handmade gifts, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. So why not make the gifts this year for Valentine's Day? And I wanted to kind of talk about a few things I've made and how I've made them, and you know, different ideas that I have that would be fun, and show you some of the things that I've made. So we have I have this little bottle that I've made, and you've probably seen it on a different episode. I showed how to make it. I used this mold, which is a heart mold with flowers and kind of a really unique like design, and I cut out another heart here and used some punchinella, which is basically after you use this, after the sequins are popped out, there's a waste, and that's what that is. This is the punchinella with little hearts on it, and I kind of just layered the pieces and then added a little bit of copper ink and then put the word hope, because this is a bottle of hope. I still haven't finished it, but it's intended to be finished. So it's really easy to do. I just got a little bottle from Hobby Lobby for probably under $2. They always have stuff on sale, so you can get it really inexpensive. These would be really nice to have to make for a wedding or a bridal shower or something like that, you know. Just little bottles. You can even put the person's name on it. Speaking of person's name, we also have these conversation hearts here, and these are molds, and each of them is a different letter from the alphabet. And so you can spell out anything you want, which is really cool. And you can see that on a past episode too. I made a piece using this. So that's a cool mold that you can do easy things. I want to give you ideas that aren't going to take so long, because, you know, number one, we don't have that much time in a day, you know, with everything else going on. But also, you know, sometimes you need a bunch of gifts, and, you know, you don't want to spend 3 hours on one thing. You just want to be able to make a nice piece to give away. So these are ideas that you can do probably in under an hour, some maybe under a half an hour. So anyways, this is a glass ornament. I started with the plain glass ornament that was shaped in the shape of a heart, and then added that same mold to the front. And I used some Gilder's paste to put like this antique gold on there. Now I have made one where I've added wings to the back, which was really cool. We actually have a wing mold, so if you need to add wings, you could do it that way, or you could get the metal wings that they sell at the craft store and add them on there, whatever you want. These are just ideas that you can go and elaborate on, because, you know, the idea is to put your heart and soul into it and do something that you really like. And this is another heart mold. It has all these little like dots. I call it the dotted heart. And I think this would be gorgeous as a pin or a necklace. And everywhere there's a little dot, imagine putting a little Swarovski crystal. It would be gorgeous and so cool, you know, and it wouldn't take a lot of time to do. So that's another option, is this dotted heart mold. You can do really easy things with. I showed you this one already. And now this is a really neat idea. This is a technique that I did where I used one of our molds. I don't even think we have it anymore in the shop, but we used the mold, and I placed it just on a flat, you know, just on a piece of the turquoise clay. I molded it and then laid it on top of the clay. When I emptied it out of the mold, I did it right on there. It's a similar technique to the Sutton slice, but this is done with a mold. And so, as you can see, or maybe you can't, but let me just tell you that this is just two teardrop shapes made into a heart. So what I did with this was I silk screened, and this came from the Floral Fantasy silk screen, to give you an idea. But there's a bunch of different silk screens, and you can use any silk screen you want, or any stamp or whatever. And I use these Sculpey cutters. They come in a graduated set of teardrops, and you can find these at Michael's or Joann's usually. And so I cut out two of these teardrop shapes after I silk screened. It might be a little wet still. I just silk screen it. So you just cut out two of them. And, you know, whatever part of the design you want. I'm using the circles, but you can certainly use the overall cutters or whatever, wherever you like. Oh, these would be gorgeous as earrings, just like that. Imagine those as earrings. How pretty is that? So anyways, a little off topic, but you can just, I'm going to do this upside down because it's a little hard for me to see if I don't. And you kind of just butt them up against each other. And then you want to just shape it into the shape of a heart. And you can do that simply by using your blade and your fingers. Let me turn it around. Well, now that came apart. Let me turn around so you can see it. And see, you just use your fingers to help shape it. You want to move it around. If you don't like where it's laying, then just use your hands to do that. And I'll use my blade a lot of times to kind of scooch it together to help make it join together. But that's an easy way to make a heart, but look at how beautiful that is. And if you wanted to make it into a pendant, all you'd have to do is add some holes to it to hang it. Like I said, these would make some gorgeous earrings. And, you know, this is all very easy to do and doesn't take a lot of time or effort, but yet looks gorgeous. So that's really what it's about for me, is I want to be able to make beautiful things, but, you know, I can't always spend 3 hours making something. So coming up with ways to, you know, do something that looks beautiful and doesn't take forever is something that I try to accomplish. So anyways, this is the Floral Fantasy Silkscreen, and I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to do this one over here, just to kind of give you an idea. With a silkscreen, there's a shiny side and a non-shiny side. You always want to make sure that the shiny side is face down on your clay. That's the way it works. So I have this little squeegee, but you can certainly use a credit card, an old credit card, or an old gift card, and you know, it works just as well. I mean, you don't have to have a squeegee, but there is someone on Etsy that is selling these squeegees. They're not cheap, but I like them. It's rubber tipped and whatnot. The company that I got this from no longer carries them, so I can't even suggest that. But if you go on Etsy, I'll try to get you the link too. If you go on Etsy, you should be able to get a hold of the seller. They do like stencils, like for the wall and things like that. Let me actually pick this up and put this onto a piece of parchment paper so that I don't get it all over the place, which, you know, I'm good for. So anyways, I just want to make sure there's no air pockets. So you can use your fingers if you feel like there's any air pockets in there, because you don't want that. That'll mess up your design. So you want to avoid the air pockets. So I just kind of, you know, make sure that it touches onto the clay. You don't need a lot of paint because I'm only doing one little circle here. But I just wanted to kind of show you how easy and yet how cool it looks. And so you just run the paint, and I'm using acrylic paint. And, you know, don't be shy. Don't glob it on, but yet don't be shy with the paint. You want enough paint so that when you go through, it goes through all the little holes. And so when you peel it back, you want to do this slowly because it just works better when you do it slowly. And then when you do this, you reveal your design. Now you want to right away go and wash your silkscreen out because you don't want the paint to dry in there, because then you'll have a problem. But that's as simple as it is to silkscreen and easily make hearts right out of the silkscreen here by using a teardrop. Or obviously if you have a heart, you can certainly use a heart and you don't have to do the teardrop thing, but I really like the way it looks with the teardrop. And obviously you want to wait until this dries, but that's how simple it is to make a heart like that, and really cute. So play around with it, and you know, you can certainly make heart canes. You can make hearts out of you know, solid clay, like roll a ball and form it into a heart. Whatever you want. Just a fun and easy way to make Valentine's gifts. I thought I'd share with you this week. So let's see what we have going on. We still have the Polymer Clay Adventure going on. Art Jewelry Adventure starts tomorrow. Woohoo! So that's exciting. If you're into making art jewelry, you definitely want to check that out. And you can go to artjewelryadventure.com. And the Polymer Clay Adventure has started, but you know, you haven't missed a thing because we record everything, and so you can join any time in the year, and that's at polymerclayadventure.com. And all of the tools that I've shown you today, except for the ones I mentioned I don't have, you can find in our shop at polymerclaytv.com. Alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed some ideas to get your Valentine's Day going, and have fun. And I will see you next time.